Lord of the Rings Online, an MMORPG that came out in 2007, is the first MMO to really dive into Tolkien's world and try and bring it to life on such a large scale as this one. For a lot of people, their introduction to Tolkien was Peter Jackson's movies, or it was even the books themselves. And for some people, this game has even been the introduction to Tolkien's incredible world. This is a game that has meant so much to me in just the brief amount of time that I have been playing it, and why it has become such a massive part of my content. As a lot of people know, I have been a Tolkien and Lord of the Rings fan for as long as I can remember. I grew up watching the movies, I ran around outside pretending I was either acting in the movies or I was one of the characters in the movies or games. One of the reasons why is because Tolkien's world is absolutely incredible, and the stories behind every single aspect of it are just beautiful. Especially when looking at the core story, you see a wonder of friendship and hard travels, and how the only way to truly get through difficulty is with a strong fellowship by your side. The Lord of the Rings Online continues that same theme and introduces you into so many different areas of Tolkien's world that you wouldn't even see in the books or the movies. Here is why you guys should be playing The Lord of the Rings Online in 2026. First off, The Lord of the Rings Online is an absolutely massive game. This game came out in 2007 and has been continually getting updates ever since launch. There are consistently new expansions and so much to explore in the game. When the game first came out, the level cap was level 50. And since release, the level cap has now increased to level 160 as of November of 2025. That's right, there was an expansion and an adjusted level cap this last year. Just thinking about that alone, there is so much to do in the game. There are dungeons, there are raids, there's instance content, there's PvP, there's so much you can do. But the way that Lord of the Rings Online truly shines is in its exploration. The map of Lord of the Rings Online is absolutely massive. There are regions to explore all the way from the western side of Ered Luin all the way even to Mordor and the kingdoms of Harad that we've hardly even seen written about in Tolkien's literature. This map has everything you could be looking for in a massive multiplayer online game. There are quests everywhere, various types of enemies to defeat. The game just has that incredible feeling that you are in a massive world and it is yours to do what you want with. Another reason why you should be playing Lord of the Rings Online is if you are an avid Tolkien fan, this is the best way to experience Tolkien's world in a video game form. You get to create a character that doesn't have any major impact in the overarching story of Tolkien's world, so you're free to pretty much do whatever it is that you want without feeling like you're going to be breaking the story that Tolkien has created. So many games nowadays focus on this chosen one arc, or this arc that you were brought to this world to make a big difference. You're some sort of hero of legend, and Lord of the Rings Online takes that as a complete opposite. They give a character that has no real purpose in the world outside of being a supporting character that not even the supporting characters would be aware of. So don't expect to win an Oscar for playing your Lord of the Rings Online character. But that is one of the beauties of being in this game. Because you are a character that is considered to be irrelevant to the overarching story, the freedom that you have is absolutely immaculate. You can craft, you can go and meet multiple members of the Fellowship, you can explore so many vast areas and be around for some key events like the defense of Helm's Deep or the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen. It is just an incredible way to experience the beauty of what Tolkien created and see it put together in this massive experience. And like I had talked about too, the map is huge. I don't even know exactly how long it would take to walk from the Shire to Mordor, but I can't imagine it is going to be a short trip. There are even some people who will go as crazy as taking a chicken from the Shire and running all the way to Middle-earth, and even the fastest people who are doing it, it takes them around 2 hours to do so. That is just a small amount of the map even. There's still so many areas to explore, NPCs to interact with, and different things that you can do outside of just trying to be a person who wants to fight the darkness and Sauron. Another reason you should be playing Lord of the Rings Online is they introduced this mode, even before I started playing honestly, called a landscape difficulty. There are ways that you can jump into the game and you can actually change the difficulty of the overarching world, making it more difficult for you to quest. It sometimes may even be so difficult that completing it solo just is not going to happen. And so it is a way that you can not only add some additional challenge into the game, but also you are granted special rewards for achieving certain level caps and certain level milestones when you are playing with a landscape difficulty active. So you definitely should be checking that out, especially if when you're playing through your MMOs, you're thinking to yourself, man, most MMOs nowadays are just a little bit too easy for me. The landscape difficulty adds an incredible extra set of difficulty for it. And if you want even more additional challenges, you can check out the legendary servers. Standing Stone Games created these servers for players to be able to jump into, where they work kind of similar to like your World of Warcraft Classic. They will be launching content that has been previously released on a set schedule, so that way players can go in and don't have to feel overwhelmed by trying to get to the level cap of 160. And as an added bonus to the legendary servers, there is a challenge called the Veil of the Nine, which is where these Nazgul or various wraiths will be spawning throughout the world. Some of them are going to be the 9 Nazgul that you can fight in various areas of Middle-earth. Other times will be some unnamed wraiths that might just randomly spawn on you while you are fighting and leveling up. This is a wonderful way to add some extra difficulty as well as just some extra variety into your content. So if you are a familiar player, diving into the Veil of the Nine challenges might be able to make things a lot more interesting for you. The next thing as to why you should be playing Lord of the Rings Online is the community. There is an incredible set of people, both as streamers and non-streamers, that get together and play the game all the time. They get together and bring Tolkien's world to life in so many amazing ways as players that are outside of even organized events within the game. There are people that will come together and they will form bands that will perform in various areas of Middle-earth and hold concerts. There are other people that will hold parties and social gatherings to get together and just have fun and hang out in the world of Middle-earth. It is everywhere. Players just absolutely love being inside of Tolkien's world. And this isn't even just talking about like the organized events, which I will get to in just a moment. This is purely player-driven events and things that only the community wants to do. It is an absolutely wonderful place to hang out. And a lot of people will look at Lord of the Rings Online and think that it's a dead game, and I'm here to tell you absolutely not. The community is alive, active, and well. Many people will look at the game as they're traveling around and think they aren't finding any players, but that's just because the map is so big. You can't fit all of the players in one small area because they're always going to be spread out in so many different areas of Middle-earth. The in-game events are another reason to be picking up Lord of the Rings Online. There are festivals all throughout the year and so many different events where players come together and experience just some really goofy ways to play the game. From the Harvest Math Festival to the Yule Festival to the Spring Festival, it is festivals galore, and it is run in the best way that only a citizen of Middle-earth can experience. I highly recommend jumping into the game, diving into one of these festivals, and just having an absolute blast with it. I made a video on the Harvest Math Festival, which was the Halloween and fall type festival, and it was some of the most fun I have ever had in any in-game event. Overall, Lord of the Rings Online is a beautifully active game. There are players that are ready to dive in and do so much and continue to enjoy Tolkien's world constantly. And you can too. The game is super easy to get into with guides galore all over YouTube and on the Lord of the Rings Online forums, and it is just, again, a wonderful community to be a part of. I have made some wonderful friends, and I'm only continuing to build those friendships through our love of Lord of the Rings Online. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really would like to see you guys dive into Lord of the Rings Online. Come play with me. It's been something I have been absolutely loving, and I've been wanting to continue to share with so many different people. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Ko-Fi supporters and my YouTube subscribers for making this channel possible. Thank you guys for all of the love that you have given us over these last couple of years. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. You are loved, you are valued, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we will see you next time.